Wowee, day 8 of my vlogging, 28-day vlogging challenge. Today the word is andropause. I don't know if that is what I've got yet, but I've learned about it because I just feel like I'm burning up from the inside. I've got a feeling for women who've been through menopause. If it's anything like this, my God, like I'm on fire, and then it'll pass. So I thought that'd be an interesting way to start today with the vlogging challenge. Beautiful day, it's another warm day still. I'm all packed to leave later on this afternoon. I'm on my way to Cape Town to see my cousins and my uncles, and it'll be fantastic. I'm looking forward to it now. I've gotten over all the nerves about departing. I'm almost entirely packed. I'm about 95% packed, and I used my packing checklist that I use. I actually had to reorder it because I had it from what I was going to wear to what's in my backpack to what's in my suitcase. But it makes more sense to start with the suitcase first and end up with what you're going to wear. So that really helped me having my checklist. If I was so inclined, I'd share the to-do list that I've got on my tasks in Apple Notes. I live in Apple Notes on my phone. I make so much use of it, but I'm not going to do that. You can picture it. So the girls are out shopping, so I've got an opportunity to talk and share this vid, and it's a nice sunny day. So if I was relying on my memory alone to go through what I packed, I would be lost. So the checklist is fantastic. It really gives me confidence that I've got everything, and I'll make notes in weeks before this to say, oh, I've got to put that in, that's going to go in the backpack, and so on. So last night we watched the new Red Hot Chili Peppers doco on Netflix, The Rise of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, our brother Hillel. And I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought. I always like music docos, and I like the Chili Peppers, but I would never say I was a huge fan. But I found the documentary really fascinating, like really good, really. Just such a sad story of someone who seemed beautiful. Hillel was just there. I didn't realize that they were like friends from when they were little kids. So that was really fantastic. It took me back to it's good seeing George Clinton as well. He's always good value. It took me back to kind of the way I sort of came to the Chili Peppers at that time was in 1988 when I was finishing high school in Sydney. I had a friend from California, Victor, very, very, very cool dude, who had the most fantastic music collection of anyone I've met to that point. Probably still one of the best music tastes that I've ever met. And he introduced me to, he loved Fishbone, the LA band, and he was right into Love and Rockets as well, and Bauhaus. And I sort of associate Chili Peppers with that time. I remember going to I was listening to, I was right into hair metal at that point, but I'll talk at some point. I'm sure I keep talking about 1987 being the best year ever to be a teenager and listening to the music that came out in 1987. But getting back to 1988, I remember going to the Virgin Megastore at Darling Harbour. I used to go there a lot on the weekends. And I just thought it was so cool, going on a monorail across the harbour to Darling Harbour. It seemed so, it's like Miami Vice kind of thing. It was just such a far cry from where I'd spent my teenage years in Zimbabwe, all the red dirt and, nothing, not even the basics in the shops. Like you couldn't get bread, you couldn't get milk. And there were no CD shops, it just didn't exist. I was just full of joy. So I bought the Red Hot Chili Peppers Abbey Road EP there. That was my introduction to the Chili Peppers, and Uplift Mofo Party Plan as well. I like that a lot. I'm one of those people that always likes bands before they break. I kind of resent it when everyone gets on the you know what I mean? When everyone joins and loves the band, when they become huge. So that said, Under the Bridge is one of those songs that when I hear it, it still takes me back to the first time I ever heard it. And I think that for a song to do that, it's an amazing thing when you consider how saturated we are with content. When something does that, I think that's real art. But getting back to the Chili Peppers, like I watched that, and they're talking about, you know, Flea's talking about he found a club and he found a sofa and he slept, you know, he made that his home. He was sleeping on the sofa. You know, for someone who doesn't really like to get dirty and doesn't like to not brush his teeth, you know, that's kind of why I never went down that path of being the artist that I wanted to be, you know, because it was just, I don't know how you could do that. So for me, you know, I chose family, and my family is my world, and that's getting back to, that's why I'm, you know, I've been feeling anxious about leaving them and going half the world away back to my homeland. So yeah, it's just amazing seeing real, you know, whatever you think of the Chili Peppers, they're real artists. They've just done what they do. You know, they're recounting the stories of you know, when they're playing gigs and so on, and like there's no mention about, oh, I was working 2 nights at the Blockbuster store. I think there's like, I don't think they did any regular jobs. They just did their thing, played the music. I think that might be all I have to say today. I might do another video later on, a part 2, at the airport in the time I've got to spare there. So thank you for joining. If you got this far, I really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. Thanks.